Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Dave's Faves. And today I'm talking to you about the 36 Greek dances of Nikos Skalkottas. Oh, this is so great. Now, I've done a video about these before, just as a recommended work, but I figure if I'm doing my faves, I mean, it's one of my favorite recordings of anything, so I have to include it, number one. And number two, it's like I say about these unusual works by less than well-known composers. It's so important that we continue to promote them, because what happens in the world of classical music is that, you have these very, very enterprising independent labels like Biz, for example, that devote enormous time and energy and resources to promoting people you've never heard of. And they issue the stuff and we rave about it and say, oh, it's amazing. Then we never talk about it again. And who's going to hear about it? The reason something becomes a classic is through repetition. Repetition and constant reminders of how wonderful it is. And then eventually, if we're lucky, some of this stuff will sink in and people will actually listen to it and they'll say, oh yeah, it really is great. Now, there is no reason in the world not to adore Skalkottas' 36 Greek dances. I mean, who doesn't like ethnic dance things? I mean, if you like Brahms' Hungarian dances, or the Slavonic dances by Dvorak, or Bartok's Romanian folk dances, or Malcolm Arnold's English dances, or, Grieg's Norwegian dances. I mean, there's one after the other, then you're going to love Skalkottas' 36 Greek dances. They are stupendous. Wonderful. Actually, I think I did one. I did do one of these, use one of these in my miniature masterpiece series. So if you can have the opportunity, just go to my channel homepage and look up the miniature masterpiece playlist, or alternately just type in Skalkottas. Skalkottas, there he is. Skalkottas. Skalkottas. That's hard to see, isn't it? There, that's easier. Skalkottas. And type it in to the little search thing, with a little magnifying glass, the search thing, at the upper right of my channel homepage, and up will pop my discussion of the 36 Greek dances that I did previously. And you will not be sorry, I guarantee it. Now, the music itself is how to describe it? Well, it's actually quite similar to other sort of Eastern European folk musics. And, some people who are Greek might get, out of their backs out of shape, say, well, they're not Greek, Eastern European, we're Peloponnesian. Well, look, here's the bottom line. The Peloponnesian Peninsula was thoroughly, what we might say, Balkanized, because it's part of that part of the world, centuries and centuries and centuries ago. I mean, the Greeks like to persuade themselves that they have that Athenian or Spartan or, ancient classical Greek blood. And their heritage, of course, is that. I mean, that's Greek heritage. But no, they are every bit the same as the bunches of people in Albania and Yugoslavia and Romania and Bulgaria, that whole part of the universe. That's what that is. And they may scream and protest, but that's the reality of their intermingling with successive waves of either hostile or non-hostile settled peoples throughout that part of the world. And so the folk music of that part of the world is often quite similar to other things that we hear in other parts of that part of the world. And there's nothing wrong with that, because it is marvelous. It's beautiful, beautiful music. And it's absolutely wonderfully performed here by the BBC Symphony Orchestra under Nikos Christodoulou. Christodoulou. I mean, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, and I don't care. I've been getting a lot of crap lately, by the way, from you people about pronouncing things that no sane person should know how to pronounce. And I'm going to say it one more time. Don't ever criticize my pronunciation, or you will be immediately deleted forever, because it's just not important. As long as you know who I'm talking about, whether I've done it correctly or not is irrelevant. I have an accent. I speak with an accent. I pronounce things with an accent. Everyone pronounces my name with an accent. You have no idea how many versions of Hurwitz I've heard throughout my life, and I don't care, because I recognize that I'm being addressed and I respond accordingly. So, with that out of the way, this is just fantastic music. One of the great ethno-dance things that you've ever heard in your life, stunningly recorded and performed. And you also get his overture for orchestra, The Return of Ulysses, which is one of his, atonal masterpieces. These are obviously quite tonal. And some alternate versions of some of the dances. I mean, it's just such a wonderful BIS-type project. It's thorough, it's scholarly, it's enterprising, it's amazingly recorded. It's just totally fabulous. So grab Skalkottas' 36 Greek dances if you missed it the first time when I was talking about it then. Here's your chance. Don't pass it by. You won't be sorry, I assure you. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me, and take care.